We're all coping with Corona, and sometimes we just need to take a break and sing. And that's why we have Valerie DiLorenzo here. She is doing an amazing program, virtually, of course, as we all are, through Zoom via Bay Street Theater. It's called Sip and Sing. And I'm so excited that you're joining us. Tell us about Sip and Sing, first of all, Valerie. Welcome.
Hi, Angela. Thanks for having me. Tracy Mitchell contacted me a couple of weeks ago, and she said we want to do something for the community. So, Fridays at 5, it's Sip and Sing. It's a virtual sing along cabaret, and we had we had our first session last week, and there was over 350 people that joined us.
I heard our chairperson at LTV, Diana Weir, attended. She had her, martini set up with her daughter Laura, and she raved about it. She posted on it on Facebook, and I
Oh,
obviously
I'm so
I know you
glad.
as a performer, and I heard it was great. Tell
Oh,
us
I'm
how it
so
works,
glad. I hope
basically.
she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, she had a
it's
great
about
time.
45 minutes, and I decided to do a combination of show tunes and standards and a little pop and doo-wop. So there's something for everyone. And of course everybody wanted to connect. Oh, and one of the great things is that Michael Pintoro from Bay Street, he put together the whole thing technically, but he's also putting lyrics up on the screen so people can look at their lyrics, have their little drink next to them, and sip and sing. And
walk
it's, as I said,
walk
I
me
think
through
it's
the
about 45
experience.
minutes.
So
It's
walk me.
really
So it's
fun.
Fridays at 5 o'clock. So they get to their
Yes.
computer. Okay. Walk me
Yes.
through what happens. They have to register and sign up ahead, right?
So they
Which we'll
do
give the
have to
information at the end.
register. If you're already on Bay Street's website, you're going to get that email every week. But if you're not,
Okay.
there is a link, and you go and you register on there. And then Friday, there'll be a another email that comes to your notification saying, join the room. And then at 5 o'clock, we sort of let everybody in. Zoom is the new thing now. Don't you
And
wish you
everybody
had bought
can.
stock in Zoom?
I'm telling you, bigger than Apple at this point. I can't believe that the internet
Right?
hasn't crashed yet, but let's not put that in
I
the
know.
ether. Anyway,
Right.
so they join in and they can
So
all
they
see each
join
other.
in. And then you have a choice in Zoom whether you can see everyone, or you can just see yourself. And then the lyrics pop up, so you can look at the lyrics. And then there's also a way to chat. So like I can take song requests, and people talk along, and they sing along, and it
But
was
they're not
really
all,
really
but
fun.
you're right. But then how does it work in terms of singing along? They're singing along. They hear you. You don't hear them, do you?
They hear
There'd be a
me,
lot
but
of
I don't
voices to
hear
hear.
them. No, as I'm sure anyone who's been on Zoom knows, there's this slight delay. So, oh my God, if I had 350 people singing on Zoom, we'd never get anything done.
But it's such a great outlet. I mean, but first of all, explain how you do it because normally I know as a cabaret performer and an actress and a singer, you work with live musicians, and this is all different, isn't it?
Do. Oh, Angela, and you know too. I mean, as a live cabaret performer, we're kind of allergic to
Forget it.
tracks. But
Yeah.
luckily, I had a lot of tracks that musicians had made for me. I have some professional grade tracks, and then for some of the songs that were requests, honestly, I hit the internet and got some straight old instrumental tracks. So I choose the songs, I send the lyrics in, and then I play the music from my end. And so you hear me and you hear the music, and I also conduct a little bit, so
That's
you know
amazing.
exactly what to do.
Well, you do so many great things in the community. You're from Sag Harbor. Right now, you're actually in
Thank
Florida,
you.
correct?
Right, I'm
Yeah.
from Sag Harbor, and that's where I live, but I'm actually broadcasting to you now from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The
Wow.
wonders of modern technology.
And you do all kinds. And prior to all this, I mean, we all know we were working on other things. We were going to have you and the cast of thousands basically recreate the Love, Loss, and What I Wore
Yes.
at LTV in May. And I was working on a salon night for April this weekend. That's not happening, of course. But we're performers are basically finding ways virtually to share, which I
Yeah.
think is
Well,
important
I think
in
a
this
lot of
time. We
people
need
are
it all.
taking to the internet. Absolutely. I mean, you'll
Yeah.
see there's so many offerings, so many Broadway performers and Broadway
Oh, yeah.
casts and things like that. And I think all of the arts organizations out on the East End are doing something to keep the community connected and engaged.
Yeah. And we
One
need
of the greatest
I
parts
mean,
I think one of the best parts of Sip and Sing was not only the sing along, but that when you did the gallery view and you could see everybody's faces, they just wanted to see each other and connect,
Yeah,
and that was just
yeah.
so heartwarming and fun.
Which is great. It is isolating and lonely. And obviously the heroes here are the people on the front lines every day, and everybody's trying to do their part in staying home. It's challenging. It's challenging all around. Tell me about some of the songs people are asking for and how that goes. I'm curious.
Well, people are always asking for Beatles tunes, which is good. So last week we did Let
Really?
It Be, and of course I'm doing another one
Yeah.
now. And then they like the big showstoppers. We did Don't Rain on My Parade, and we did
Oh,
all that jazz, and we're doing Cabaret this week. We did Hello Dolly. You know, you got to hit all of the major composers.
that's great.
We did A Little Lady is a Tramp. So Linda Ronstadt, Bonnie Raitt, we got to get everything covered, you know?
That's awesome. And tell me about the drinking part of it, the sipping part. Or do people have to bring a drink? Obviously, you wouldn't be able to know if they don't. I always laugh
They
that
don't.
all the liquor stores are considered essential business at this point, which is
I
they
know.
are.
Well,
You
that's
know,
a whole
I
other
find that,
conversation.
and for some people,
No,
yeah, it is. But
you know, it's encouraged to bring a beverage, but certainly you're by no means required to do that. I did
yeah.
have a couple of people email me and ask me if I had any recommendations for what they should be drinking. Last week I was drinking Prosecco.
Okay, that
Tomorrow
works for
I
me.
think I have a nice Chardonnay planned, but you know, as singers we can't drink a
Yeah.
lot while we're
I
singing.
know. I wouldn't
But
drink. I used to have a rule. I wouldn't drink 24 hours before a performance if but
I know
at this
it
point,
can really mess up your throat.
all bets are off really these days. They really
I
are.
know. And there's
Yeah. And
designated times during the songs. There's instrumental breaks, and those are designated sip times. So
oh,
the other
that's
funny thing that
nice.
happened, yeah, people sent me some photos and videos last week of them, you know, sitting in front of their computer or their iPad with their little
Oh,
bottle or drink next to them, and that was really fun too.
that's great. I think in times like this, don't you see how the community really pulls together, especially on the East End? I don't know. I just feel it's a small but really
Great.
powerful community year round.
Absolutely, all year round. I've always said that there's it's not just a summertime place. We've got arts and all kinds of activities going on all year round, but it's lovely to still stay connected with my community because I can see that people are still looking for ways to help each other everywhere,
Yeah.
and it's just heartwarming. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to getting home.
Uh, when are you coming back?
On the At the end of April, if Amtrak lets me on the train, I'll be home on April 30th.
Is that how you're coming back?
Yes.
What's the feeling in Florida now? I mean, I'm just curious as opposed to, as far as it must be different. I'm still in Manhattan. I haven't been to my house since March 7th. I'm at my house
Oh
all the
my
time back and
gosh.
forth with this job, and I'm sheltering in place in the middle of the epicenter of this in Manhattan with my daughter, which is where I need to be. But it's challenging. And my neighbors sent me like a picture of the forsythia in my driveway, and I started to cry because they're blooming, and so I
Oh,
wish I
that's
could be on the
nice.
East End right now, but I think this is the thing to do and stay here. But tell me what it's like in Florida, and how do you feel about coming back to Sag Harbor, and how is life going to be different for you? And
Well,
that's a lot.
it's
That's a lot.
probably pretty. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's probably similar to what people are experiencing. You know, when it hit here, we were kind of at the beginning of spring break, so we
Yeah.
did have a lot of people that were not taking it seriously, like everywhere. So
Yeah.
then they had to close the beaches. I mean, you can't go on the beach. You can walk next to the beach, and now we have our shelter in place. I mean, luckily, I have a beautiful view and can function very well alone, keeping busy. But I go out every day. I take a walk. You see people. They're very friendly. They want to engage.
Yeah.
But I think in my experience, everybody's been respectful of the 6 foot rule, and
Yeah.
now wearing masks and gloves and things like that. And you know what? I'm looking forward to coming home for some of the same reasons you did. I have a beautiful
Yeah.
backyard. I feel like I have my own
Yeah.
animal sanctuary. So the ducks are there. They're in the
Yeah.
pond, my hens,
Yeah.
all of my animals. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
That's amazing. And what you're doing for the community is appreciated. I know that for sure. And Bay Street has been
Thank
great in
you.
terms of reaching out for everyone. Do you expect to
Yeah,
continue this as long as we need to? And hopefully we'll get back
I
to
hope
real
so.
theater experiences and performing, but it's a kind of a new world right now.
Absolutely. I
to
mean,
say
I
the
hope
least.
so. I mean, wouldn't it be great if we could all build this great community and then once we get let out, we could still stay together somehow and keep that great camaraderie spirit and compassion toward each other. I think that's what
Yeah.
we all want. And I know that the theaters and the arts organizations, everybody's in unprecedented waters. So
Yeah.
I think the plan is to do some stuff and in an abbreviated or different way. So we shall see.
Well, Valerie DiLorenzo, you're an amazing talent and a great addition to the community in
Oh,
the East
thank
End,
you so
as we all know.
much.
And we're happy that Bay Street is facilitating this for everyone. So Sip and Sing is on Fridays at 5, at least through the end of April, which actually is the same time that this program airs, but that's okay because we re-air Facts at 5 at 6:30, and we put it on our
Okay.
local LTV YouTube channel. So we're just happy that you're doing this. And I'm going to try and join. I could use a drink.
I hope so, Angela. You
But
have
I could
such a
really use the
beautiful voice.
sing. Well, thank you. But I think it's important to engage like that. And music is healing and we need that. We need it. So thank you.
Well, send me your requests, Diva. We got to do a duet.
Oh, I will. Nothing can stop me
Oh,
now. That's a good
nothing
one.
can
And
stop you now. That's a good one. We can build this dream together, standing strong
and
forever.
forever.
Nothing's gonna
Oh,
stop
no, no, no,
us
stop
now.
us
And
now.
if
Okay.
this world runs out of
Oh, where's
lovers,
Morgan? We need a trio. Morgan, boy, we're going to get Morgan in a trio. The three of us will do something. We'll be
that's a
like the
great
Doo-Wop
idea. We could
sisters.
do a little Andrews Sisters.
That's fine. I feel like, well, Josie and the Pussycats, these are my 6-year-old daughter's headphones that I can't
Oh
find
my
my regular
gosh.
earbuds. Yeah, I actually got a tattoo. She gave me a temporary tattoo in quarantine. That's what I've accomplished this week. But
Oh
anyway,
my.
thank
Hey,
you again.
Angela, how is Ava reacting to all of this? How is she?
She's 6 years old and they can't see their friends and it's homeschooling. And I'm working actually a lot remotely now and popping in and helping her with her schoolwork. She misses her friends. I mean, she shouts at 7 o'clock every night I'm actually, she shouts with all the New Yorkers at 7 o'clock when the shifts change for the frontline workers, and she screams and applauds, and she says thank you to the doctors and nurses and healthcare workers. So, for what a 6-year-old can process at this point, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. So, I mean, I
That's
think we're all
great.
just coping and saying, I try to make it as normal as possible. I've never been more creative in my life, I have to say, acting out things and doing their best to keep them distracted in a way and make it the same, make it like nothing,
Sure,
because
sure.
they're trapped. Your kids are hearing everything that you're saying to friends. Like, can you believe this? And how is our life going to change? And oh my gosh, I'm worried about so and so. So that's hard. It's challenging. So anyway,
I can
that's
only
it. She can't do the
imagine.
sipping part, but she can do fake champagne, and we'll tune into you.
I think she'll
Sip and
enjoy. I
sing,
think she'll be
Valerie.
able. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to add a little Disney tomorrow, so we
Okay,
can
do
get some of
that.
the kids involved too. Oh,
That would be
Angela, it's
nice.
so
That would be
nice to
nice.
talk to you. Thank you so
Valerie
much for
DiLorenzo,
inviting
thank
me.
you for joining us at Facts at 5, and we'll see you soon, sipping and singing at Bay Street. Thanks again.
Thank you, Angela. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Be safe. Be well.